It is Thursday night. Jeez, I've got to keep track of the weeks a bit. Weekdays a bit better. It is Thursday night. You know what that means? We're here. Mud Mule eSports Turf Wars 2024. We're in Fairbury, USA. We're at Fowles. Fairbury. Someone did tell me what it stood for, but it is Fairbury Speedway. This is, of course, what the boys are here racing for. Victory Lane. Looks like only about 15, 16 seconds left in practice, so we're going to get to qualifying very soon. But it looks like Robbie Milburn, 12.309. Quick time, 12.358. Dalton Butcher. Dustin Holmes, 12.551. 12.771 for Luke Rakowski. Juan Martinez is out there, 12.835. And 12.983, Brian Stroke Gunderson. All right. I'm just trying to get some breakfast/lunch down. I am slack. I am terrible with my time organizational skills. Anyone that knows me will attest to that. All right, Juan Martinez, one of the first cars out there to get his qualifying laps in. That is the super late model that took him to the Motorwear International Super Late Model competition run by the Knuckleheads iRacing League. He is their Super Late Model Dirt Champion. He's over here at Mud Mule seeing what the quality of competition is like here. Dustin Holmes, 12.522, so there's about half a second difference there between him and Juan Martinez, 13.088. A lot of other boys in there. Juan Martinez, he gets it back up to 12.5. So 12.5 looks like that's a second lap time once you get your car up to speed and get a full good speed lap in. Because we're seeing a couple of similar times. But Dustin Holmes, 12.522, 12.534 for Juan Martinez. Travis McDonald, 12.8. Oh, no, some of those have changed. Robbie Milburn, 12.511 his pole. Dustin Holmes, 12.522, 12.534 for Juan. Dalton Butcher, 12.545. We've got some 12.8s. Travis McDonald in a fifth. 12.826, 12.987 for Cody B. McDonald. Luke Rakowski, 13.054. And Brian Gunderson, 13.208. New leader. Dalton Butcher pushes Robbie down to second. He's got 12.348. So we have two 4-car heats here tonight. Oh, I just realised my camera is up, not the track map. My camera controls are on the screen instead of the track map. What the heck is that about? There we go. That's a little bit better. All right, no, it looks like it's just going to be the one heat here tonight. Need to move my screens over a little bit so I can see what I'm supposed to be seeing. All right, Dalton Butcher, Robbie Milburn, front row. Dustin Holmes, Juan Martinez, Cody B. McDonald, Travis McDonald, Brian Gunderson, Luke Rakowski. Yep, just the one heat, and then our 50-lap main event. Finishing order will pretty much determine where they start on the grid. Pace car leaving the track. Boys going to come into 3 and 4. We'll get this one started in just a moment. 8 laps of heat lap racing. Where they finish up at the end of those 8 laps is where they will start in the feature. Off we go. Bit of a shorter track. This one, it is literally 0.24 miles. Quarter of a mile track. Some of those boys taking it low. Dalton Butcher, Dustin Holmes, Robbie Milburn staying up high, trying to build that momentum and that run. Back there behind him, Travis McDonald, Cody B. McDonald, Juan Martinez. They are all teammates halfway mark is almost here. Looks very much like a standard Heat 1 race at this stage. Pretty much just follow the leader, follow the car in front of you. The track won't have done anything too much just yet to allow some good racing or anything like that. Oh, a little bit of contact there between teammates Cody B. McDonald and Juan Martinez. Nothing too crazy there. Their other teammate Travis McDonald up there in front of him in fourth. Back behind one is Brian Gunderson and Luke Rakoski, Stroke and the Preacher Man. And with one to go as the 38 gets the white flag. Try and get to him before he finishes this race. There we go. Comes out of 3 and 4 beautifully. He's going to get the checkered flag. Congratulations, Dalton Butcher first. Dustin Holmes second. Robbie Milburn third. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Dustin is one of their teammates. So it's basically Kamikaze Motorsports versus... Oh, and look, Juan did tell me the team. Too Fast Motorsports? Too Tough? I'm so sorry, Juan. It's something like that. But a couple of different teams basically battling it out in this race. The fireworks go off. They're going to signify the start of this 50-lap feature. Obviously, they're lining up as they finish. So on that front row, Dalton Butcher, Dustin Holmes. Second row is going to be Robbie Milburn and Travis... Oh, I got hiccups. I'm so sorry. Robbie Milburn and Travis McDonald. Juan Martinez and Cody B. McDonald in the third row. On the third row. Fourth row, Brian Gunderson and Luke Rakoski. All right, 50 laps. Fairbury Speedway. What are we looking at? Rough lap times? 12.5 seconds. What's that? 4 laps is a minute. This race should be a pretty quick one with 8 guys vying for the points here with our fourth race of the season. Just 2 more to come. Alright, it looks like it is Robbie Milburn and teammate Dalton Butcher. Teammate Dustin Holmes has fallen back to fourth. Robbie and Dalton battling it out for 1 and 2. Juan Martinez, he's moved himself into third place. Looks like the 80, I thought there might have been a contact, but I think he just threw it on exit out of there, so to get a bit more bite. Dustin Holmes, Travis McDonald, so he's basically Kamikaze Motorsports versus Juan Martinez and the McDonald boys. Cody B. McDonald back there with Brian Gunderson and Luke Rakoski in 6th, 7th, and 8th. All right, Juan and Robbie side by side. Dalton looking to make that run along the high line past his teammate. Looks like he might even be able to have the run past Juan. We'll have to see on exit here in 4. It looks like Juan just has the control there. Sorry, that's 3 and 4. That was 1 and 2. This is 3 and 4. Oh yeah, it looks like Dalton officially in the race lead after building that momentum on the high line. Juan tried to keep the speed up and the track distance low by staying down on that low line, but while it's probably helping him, I don't think it's helping him beat Dalton. Alright, coffee is officially finished. Let's wait for that caffeine to kick in as we get to the last lap of the first 5th of this 50-lap race. Lap 10. What, 10? 10. It is still Dalton and Juan Martinez up the front. They are battling it out hard. Juan is taking that low line. Dalton sticking with the high line. A little bit of wall contact there, but it's not really affecting the momentum too much. Then behind them, you've got Robbie Milburn and Dustin Holmes, Kamikaze Motorsports teammates. Then behind them, Travis McDonald and Cody B. McDonald, Luke Rakoski, Brian Gunderson. The Butcher is ripping. That is 100% correct, Lonus. I haven't seen a late model rip at Fairbury like this since you last did it. I was going to try and make a smart ass comment, but I couldn't think of it. Not in a hurry anyway. How are you, Mr. Lonus? Sir, tried to tag Dice Race Designs actually in a paint post the other day, and I couldn't seem to get it up. Is that still a thing, or? Got the 80 and the 59, third and fourth place. Still trying to battle it out for that top three finish. Travis McDonald is also coming up on that one with Cody B. McDonald, Luke Rakoski, Brian Gunderson up the front, though it is still Dalton Butcher. He's got that car about 2 seconds in front of Juan Martinez's car. This battle here between teammates, we've seen it a number of times on the track. Robbie Milburn, usually Dalton Butcher, but Dustin Holmes today is the teammate he's battling it with. Oh, sweet. All right, maybe it was just one of those group pages that wouldn't let me tag in. Because, yeah, as I always say, I've got two guys that I recommend solely for paints, and that is Dice Race Designs and Mike M Designs. Kodak, no it won't, Kodak. I don't know why, I must be doing something right if I've started to draw track bots and spam in my comments. Because last few days it started to happen. So no, don't click that link, please, guys. Holy crap! So it looks like Dalton Butcher is coming up on Luke Rakoski, Cody B. McDonald, as well as Travis McDonald there. Keeping on that track map, one's about to be battled by the 80 of Robbie Milburn. We can see the 88 on our screens. Turn that volume down before you hear my sexy voice. Delete comment. Yes. There we go. Caution has come out. Looks like the 88 in the pits. Michael Lonus, I told Dalton Butcher how to run this place. Yeah, no, I can vouch for that. I know that you and the boys taught me how to run this place. How to drive on it, I'll say, because I will not be comparing myself to Dalton Butcher in any shape, form, fashion, idea, metaphor, analogy, any of those types of categories. Nah, I'm not that good. All right, so here we go. Travis McDonald coming out of turn 4 there. Comes a little bit late on that turn, hits the wall, gets up in front of Cody B. McDonald and the 33 of Luke Rakoski. That's going to call out our caution right at the halfway mark. 25 laps in, 25 still to come when we get this one back underway. All right, they are two wide. Dalton Butcher, Juan Martinez, Robbie Milburn, Dustin Holmes, Cody B. McDonald, and Luke Rakoski. Looks like Travis McDonald and Brian Gunderson, unfortunately, have both retired. Oh, no, Travis might be in the pits still. Travis is in the pits. Brian's retired. So we wish you all the best of luck next week, Mr. Gunderson, sir. No, you are very nice, very evil. Alright, off and racing again. Dalton Butcher, Juan Martinez, Dustin Holmes, Robbie Milburn, Cody B. McDonald, Luke Rakoski. Travis McDonald is a couple of laps down, still in the pits, but it looks like he is getting ready to come out. We've got 4 cars on the lead lap. It is Kamikaze Motorsports versus Juan Martinez. Can Juan upset the 1-2-3 run that Kamikaze Motorsports have been having? They've been quite dominant in this Turf War competition. Was originally designed as team-based competition, but just due to entries and things like that, had to make it a single car competition, did Luke Rakoski. And we can see now that if it was team-based, Kamikaze Motorsports would be very, very hard to beat. Alright, we do have it set to be checking out the most exciting racing on the track, and right now there is no more exciting racing than the second, third and fourth. Dalton Butcher has got that car out on a run. We're going to need to do a tech check and just make sure that Michael Lonis is not behind the wheel of that super late model. Juan Martinez, though, second. Dustin Holmes, third. Robbie Milburn in fourth. Cody B. McDonald, Luke Rakoski, Travis McDonald back there in fifth, sixth, and seventh, but they are laps down. JT, how you going, brother? Yeah, this is my this is if I'm not fat ducking, this is what I'm doing, brother. On Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, Bobbeth TV. This is the Mule eSports Turf Wars super late model dirt track racing here at Fairbury Speedway. So thanks for coming to check me out, brother. Appreciate it. Alright, if we look at that track map, we can see the 38. He is labelled green on the track map. He's coming past the start-finish line for 12 to go. He has a considerable 3-second lead over that second, third, and fourth place pack. That's Juan Martinez, Dustin Holmes, Robbie Milburn, Cody B. McDonald, Luke Rakoski, Travis McDonald still racing each other back there behind themselves. Looks like it is really just a battle back there between Luke and Travis. Cody. Cody having control of it at the moment with 11 to go. Make that 10 to go. We're in the final fifth of this race. Barely 20 minutes into this broadcast, and we have had 40 laps of dirt track racing action. It is Dalton Butcher. Got Juan Martinez, Dustin Holmes, Robbie Milburn still racing. Looks like Travis has been passed by Dalton without very much issue, so Travis letting him through. That is excellent. Alright, we're at almost 6 to go, sorry. We'll be lap 45. One more until the famed 5 to go. We'll see if these boys up here in second, third, and fourth will try anything. Oh, there we go. The 59 dropping down with the slider line on Juan Martinez. One able to cut under nice and easily. Looks like Robbie Milburn back there just watching that one take place, watching his teammates sort of try these tricks. But same thing in each corner, just a nice... Oh, look out! Look out! Teammates Robbie Milburn and Dustin Holmes both set themselves up for a slider at the exact same time. That looked beautiful. Juan Martinez rightfully got his car well out of the way, kept it in second place. But that was synchronized as heck. That made me sit forward in my chair even. Wow, that was cool. I think they're going to have too much trouble with themselves, let alone trying to catch back up to Juan Martinez. There's Juan Martinez's teammate Travis McDonald about 6 laps down, unfortunately, had to go into the pits. Has not been able to recover. White flag lap is out. The 38, we're going to try and get back to him real quick as he comes down for the checkered flag. And the other boys coming out of 3 and 4. Juan Martinez second. Robbie Milburn is going to finish third. Dustin Holmes fourth. Cody B. McDonald fifth. Luke Rakoski sixth. Seventh, Travis McDonald and Brian Gunderson in eighth. I'm just going to go back a few laps. I want to rewatch that slider line. Where was it? I think it was about 3 or 4 to go. Was it? before that. Okay, there's that first one, the crossover. Well, that might be the second. Here it comes. Oh, let's watch that again. That is great. They just synchronized that perfectly. Let's watch it in slow-mo because Robbie started to set. I think Dustin saw him coming, and they basically both set almost identical. But Robbie wasn't able to slide up the track, so it turned it into a bit of a almost a slider line, but more of an inside line run there. One went up high and was able to keep that speed, race past Dustin Holmes and keep that race happening. But boy, that made me excited. That move. Holy cow! There we go. All right, let's get over to the Discord and have a bit of a chat to some of these boys. That was fun. All right, we're going to start off with our third placed Robbie Milburn. Now, he did start in third, finished third in the heat, and finished third in the race after starting third. But on paper, looks like it was pretty basic. But if you watched that race, you would know without a doubt it was anything but basic. Robbie Milburn, have you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Mate, that racing... sorry, excuse me while I quickly fill up my water. That racing, we're pretty in tune to watching you and Dalton battle it out up the front. No disrespect to any other races, but you guys just seem to work in unison so well. Tonight it looked like it was going to be you and Dustin trying that out, and obviously Dustin teammates, so it's no surprise that was the case. But how fun was that race? We're like, there was sliders, there was a bit of real estate issues. You really had to work for it here tonight. It looked like the inside line and outside line were both working. Give me your thoughts.
Anytime I don't win, I'm frustrated. So, this is a frustrating race, but no, the inside line was there for, I don't know, maybe 5, 6, 7 laps, and then it went high. But the problem was, you just couldn't pass. Like, if the car in front of you didn't mess up or check up or choose the wrong line, you're just riding in single file. That's what me and Dustin were just riding behind Juan, and Juan was running a good race, but I think we were both faster than him, but we just couldn't do anything. And then at the end, well, near the end, Dustin's like, "Well, I'm gonna go for it," and I said, "Okay." And then on the one time, whenever I got a big run, and Juan kind of checked him up, I was gonna go in and try to slide both of them. Then I saw Dustin come down. I'm like, I better check up and not wreck everybody and get in more trouble again. So that's a plus. So I didn't run into anyone tonight.
Obviously, I don't mean to laugh at that comment. Obviously,
mean.
Some of our viewers may not know, but Robbie was on probationary status for this race after some racing incidents last week. But look, I don't worry about those. I don't even highlight those or bring those up. Now, you mentioned something that literally put me on the edge of my seat. Like I don't mean that metaphorically. I sat forward and it was just whether I was live during the race or not, I was very alive at that point. And that's the point I'm talking about is what you just brought up. Obviously, you had a good run. You went to come in and throw that slider, and it was sort of a slider. It was almost akin to how I like to take 1 and 2 at Lernerville. It was sort of a nice low line entry, but you just slide up naturally into 2 for exit. But yeah, Dustin right there, and if he just put a fraction more angle on that, you would have almost thought you practiced that. You could not have been more synchronized if possible. One saw it coming. He got well out of the way and tried to stay up high so he didn't have to cross under both of you and keep that momentum. But yeah, it definitely looked like he went first. Dustin went first. Next lap or next turn, you were going to go. But yeah, obviously he went as well. But yeah. Were there any sort of that was mine, mate, next time sort of chat where you guys sort of like, not hostile at each other, but do you feel like if he'd left that, you could have had a shot?
At winning, no chance, 0 chance, because
Yep.
Dalton was just checked down because he. Yeah, I'm trying not to. I don't want to sound like a jerk, but I think
Mm.
if I could have got with Dalton earlier, I think I could have been with him at the end.
You could have ran with him a
But
bit better, yeah.
I mean, but Dalton's good too, so he might have just kicked my ass too. It wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah.
But no, as far as Dustin goes, now we don't like that. I'm like, oh, Dustin, it's like one of those deals. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize you were gonna do it too. So, but I've not seen the replay, so if I was clear, well, heck, maybe I should win.
Well, I
No,
definitely looked at it twice after the fact. So yeah, so if you do want to go back and check it out afterwards, just go to the end of the race, and then yeah, you can watch it sort of in a bit of
yeah,
slow mo. And I get it. Look, it's. I think the best advice anyone sort of ever gives out is never go into a race expecting to win. Always go into a race wanting to win. And I think that is definitely your mindset. You never go into a race expecting to win. You always go into your races wanting to win, and you are most certainly probably one of the guys that is their toughest own critic.
yeah. I mean, I tell people it's a lot more fun when you're learning and you're bad
Yeah.
because then you're excited about having just good runs.
Yep.
And it's the point now that, like you said, I don't go in expecting one, I go in wanting to win. But on the flip side, if I don't win, then I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it's what it is. It's an all right race. Nothing crazy happened, and it was pretty fun there with Dustin and Juan in the last 10, 15 laps.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Honestly, it's probably more fun doing that than it would be with Dalton.
Running
Just out
away,
there
just being
alone.
up the front,
How
running. Yeah.
boring.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
lame. You're just running hot laps, Dalton. You suck.
Yeah, yeah, and look, and that's it. There's the pros and the cons of both. Obviously, if you'd gotten up to if you'd gotten up to Dalton or gotten off to a good start with Dalton, you could have been there at the end or potentially battled him. But then at the same time, it's the race
Yeah.
that we race now. I did mention obviously that I felt like your line with that double slider, well, duo slider we'll call it, was very akin to Lernerville 1 and 2 in low, sort of cut the grass a little, slide up, come out on that hill bit.
Yeah.
Now we're off to Lernerville next week, 50 laps, just the 2 more races in the season to go. If it was the original makeup of being team based, I feel like Kamikaze Motorsports would be unstoppable. But it's individual race racing. Who do you think out of the 3 of you guys is going to perform well at Lernerville? I know that you have quite the experience there, but what about Dalton and Dustin?
I've never raced with Dustin at Lernerville. He's fast everywhere though, so I'd assume he's fast there too. But I raced a lot there with Dalton, and he somehow seems to always find a fast line wherever we go. And for me at Lernerville anymore, like I don't know, I've lost my touch or
It's been a
tire
while, hasn't
changes
it?
or what. But if it seems like every time I run Lernerville now, I just either run up front forever or just fly off the track 3 or 4 times and just ruin the whole race. So I'm. It really depends on what track state we get.
Yep.
So we'll see. I
We'll have
figure.
to wait and see till practice and qualifying. That definitely, my man. Well, look, congratulations, keeping at least 2 of the guys in the top 3 every race week. Just showing dominance by you guys and showing that. Yeah, I know you the guys are the guys to watch. I've seen a lot of your results. I've seen a lot of your races, but for anyone watching and trying to work out how to do team-based sort of racing in a solo environment, this is it. This is it. Race you guys hard, but fair, competitive, and results will follow. You guys have up until this race, all 3 of you had finished 1, 2, and 3, and all in different orders. So you've all had a win. It's now just seeing
Yeah.
out that season and seeing which one of you 3 pretty much is gonna. No offense to the other guys, but I feel like if we pick Kamikaze Motorsports as the eventual, one of your members as the eventual championship winner, I feel like that's not an unfair equation to make at this stage.
Yeah. I mean, I think Dustin missed a race, so he might be a little behind. But
Yep.
I think me and Dalton have been pretty much, either 1, 2, or 3 in the first few races. So I think he has a decent edge over me now after tonight. But yeah, we'll see. There's still a lot of race left to go. And I don't watch this, so Dalton, you suck.
All right. Well, it looks like Juan's had to jump off to another race, so it looks like I have got Dalton next to speak to. So we'll definitely get his thoughts on that comment. But before we let you go, Robbie, best of luck next week. Only 2 more races to go. Friends, family, and sponsors. Who do you want to give a shout out to?
Oh yeah, appreciate you for broadcasting. I always enjoy talking to you and watching it after the fact. Luke for putting it on. I know it's not easy putting a league together and getting people to show up and such. Everyone for coming. We've had a good field every week really, and then of course Dustin, you know Dalton, Matt, James, all kamikaze guys, just for being good friends. Getting emotional in here tonight.
That's it. That is it. Robbie wears his racing heart on his sleeve. There is no denying that. Look, congratulations, man, yet again. As I say, you guys 1-3 this week, so still keeping that Kamikaze Motorsports dominance in control. Best of luck with whatever other races you do have going on. I do see in the group chats, obviously, you do race other places. Yeah, it sounds like you've still got a few races to go, but we'll see you again next week, same time, same night, and best of luck.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Hope to talk to you next week.
Thanks, man. All right, that was Robbie Milburn. Oh, I went to drag myself out of the chat. That was Robbie Milburn. He finished in third place. Unfortunately, we don't get a chance to speak to JJ Martinez, our second place finisher. I would imagine those boys have some races to run off to. But this man, I think we're just going to start having Kamikaze Motorsports, or maybe just something like that written on the first place chair in the booth, just because they have shared it around a little bit. But the one guy that's been the most winningest out of the team, Dalton Butcher, you're a bit unstoppable at the moment, aren't you?
Just got back from taking a little walk in the park, you know what I mean? Walking the dog a little bit.
Took the dog for a walk, stopped for a cup of tea, a
Yes,
little
sir.
bit of brunch, and got it done. But yeah, 12.386, best lap out there by geez, almost a tenth of a second. 12.776 on that last lap. Everyone else was 13.2, 13.1, 13.2 or higher. So you were still digging. How were you still finding speed out there? 50 laps in.
Well, it's pretty simple equation here at Fairbury. You just got to watch little Bobby Pierce, and you just got to, beat the deck out of it, and you'll be quick the whole time. So,
That's it.
got to got to replace the spoiler and the little thing, but we're all right.
Now, I did see Sim Highline, and I can't remember which track it was. It was probably a couple of weeks ago, so it would have not Cedar Lake, but probably Lanier, where coming out of 4, coming out of 2, it seemed like it was okay to get your car a little bit wide to have it a bit more straighter on exit, but tap that wall, no little bit of speed loss. It's just straight back out and get driving. Do you feel like the high line was the key? A lot of guys early on were low line. I know that Dalton and you're Dalton, Juan and yourself were battling hard at the start, and he felt like that inside line was the place to be. You looked like you felt momentum and speed. High line was the place to be. Were you worried that he was going to find something?
To be honest, I got pretty pissed off. uh, I started on the pole, and I dove it down into 3 and 4 and got knocked out of my line. And I was like, okay, I'll try the middle. Well, here came Juan, and I was like, okay, I'm sitting in third, and we're like 2 laps in. So I was like, I'm just gonna send it, beat the wall down, and turns out that was the line. So we just walked off with it.
Definitely, definitely. Now I know. I don't know if you were listening to the prior interview with teammate Robbie Milburn. He had some choice words to say about you, but did state that he felt like he sort of upset himself in the race enough by not getting up to you or keeping up with you at the start and sort of following your run. He got held up, not held up, but stuck behind one for a bit, and obviously battling Dustin. Um, what do you say to Robbie? What's your reply to Robbie and his unkind words?
Good night, Robbie. That's all I gotta say. Good night, Robbie.
Oh, chat is going to fire up later. No, they're good mates. They're good. This is look. There's another old Australian, I guess, proverb. It's like if you can't take the piss out of your mates, who can you take the piss out of? And I feel like that's a clinical Australian friendship right there between you and Robbie. 2 more races to go. I did ask Robbie what he thought about Lernerville. He feels like Dustin, at least, is starting to appear to be quick at a lot of tracks, so he feels like he's going to be pretty quick there. How do you feel you're going to be at Lernerville?
It's really all depending. It's completely different than it used to be. It used to be ride the rim for 50 laps. Now it can go bottom to mid to slaughter to top. So really just depends what kind of track we get. I'm confident on the high line, but my confidence gets the best of me sometimes. I send it off a little too hard, so hopefully we can get like a little slider line action going, and I don't have to worry about it, but we'll see.
Definitely, definitely. And I was saying that to Robbie. There was you probably wouldn't have seen it, but I highlighted it after the race. But with a couple to go, it looked like Dustin was like, you know what, I'm going for this. He threw a slider on one, and one, saw it coming, crossed over, crossed under it, and then in the next turns, I think that was 3 and 4, and then 1 and 2, or no, that was 1 and 2, and 3 and 4. Robbie was like, you know what, I'm going to go for it this time, and he went to send it in, and so did Dustin, and they basically did this synchronized sort of slider line that didn't really move too far, but the reason I mention it is because it was very akin, as I say, to the way I believe you should run 1 and 2 in Lernerville, and that is come in real low on the grass as if you're going to cut it, and then just slide up out of 2 midway and race down that back stretch. But I see a lot of guys like Highline in 1 and 2 now with the changes and things like that. Um, Not to give away your clue, your things, but do you feel like it will be a Highline race?
You talking about at Lernerville?
Yeah, Lernerville.
Uh, it's hard to really say. I've raced there a couple times since they've done the new dirt regen stuff, and I've I've literally got races where it's completely bottom. I've got races where it's slaughter, and then sometimes it's just strict top. So I don't see it being top the whole time, but
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
yeah. Now Robbie said the same thing. He said that it really seems like it's because with the changes, it really seems like track state plays a big part in. And obviously, we know that's sort of a dumb statement for me to make, but obviously, track state always goes into making up how the track works. But um, obviously, it's going to depend on the track state on the day as to how it goes. So you can't sort of come in with a game plan and go, "I'm going to work this or try this." It's race the track and see how you go. Eldora as well. That's our last race of the season over the next 2 weeks. Which you prefer? Which do you think is going to be the more Dalton race, Lernerville or Dora?
Well, not to toot my own horn or
You're
anything,
gonna go
but
both?
nah, I won't claim Lernerville, but go ahead and put old Butcher on the stamp for the Eldora World 100.
No,
We're coming
definitely.
out there. I'm planning for a 10-second gap on that one.
10-second gap. All right, you heard it here first, guys. We're locking that in. 10-second gap. Anything less is not a win. No, no. Even Michael Lonis, Easy Money was in the chat, spurring you on. He was. He let us know that he taught you how to run this place, how to rule it. So with that in mind, I guess friends, family, sponsors. Who do you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, for sure. First of all, shout out Kamikaze. We got myself, Robbie, um, Dustin Holmes, Matt Fout, James Hanna, doing big things per usual. Couldn't get a top three this time, but 1 and 3, so we'll take that. Gotta shout out you for putting on the broadcast. Shout out Luke. And most importantly, shout out Easy Money Mike Lonis for putting me on that Bobby Pierce dig up top.
He will love that. He's going to have to sit outside all night. He's not going to be able to fit through the door with a big head. He loves when he gets props for stuff. Nah, awesome, man. Look, congratulations. As I say, second win out of 4 races, just 2 more to go. You are looking very dominating, so wish you the best of luck in those competitions. We'll see you again next Thursday night for Lernerville. Best of luck with what other races you may have going on during the racing week, if any. But until then, man, we'll see you soon.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you. All right, that was Dalton Butcher, tonight's winner. Actually, I don't think we go over the full grid. Let's go over the grid real quick. So finishing in 8th, Brian Gunderson, Travis McDonald 7th, Luke Rakoski 6th, 5th, Cody B. McDonald 4th, Dustin Holmes. And then, of course, our top 3, Robbie Milburn, Juan Martinez, and our winner here tonight, Dalton Butcher. All right, guys and girls, that wraps up tonight's edition of Mud Mule TV, Bobith TV on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. And we'll be back again. Bobith TV will be back again tonight, Australian time, in approximately 7 hours. for the Australian NASCAR series, NASCAR trucks, Friday night trucks, powered by Beat the Dark. All right, guys and girls, we'll be back this time next week for another edition of Mule eSports Turf Wars. Thank you so much for watching.